Now the next tale, ladies and gentlemen, that I wish to share with you, I know of personally as it actually happened to me. I heard tell many years ago of a vessel called the Black Galleon. Now the Black Galleon had one of the biggest legends of any pirate ship within these 7 seas. Now that, of course, interests me, but what interested me even more was that I heard that the Black Galleon had amassed more treasure than any ship to ever sail around these parts. Being an able-bodied, curious pirate, I decided to leave off my crew at Portagotor, and I hopped into a rowboat and set sail to find where the Black Galleon would port next. Now I got wind that the Black Galleon was set to port in the Bermuda waters at the Isle of Tully, which is a safe haven for privateers, buccaneers, and all sorts. Now I arrived at the Isle of Tully and heard tell the Black Galleon had not arrived. So I just spent the next 3 days sitting on the dock and drinking rum. 3 days went by, but on the eve of the 3rd day, suddenly the sun went down. The skies clouded up, and I looked out into the ocean, and there was a huge black formation making its way towards the dock. And as it approached and got closer and closer, I could see it was the Black Galleon itself. Now, it approached and the anchor dropped into the water. I waited for the crew to disembark. 1 hour passed, 2 hours passed, 4 hours. Nothing. No crew disembarked. This made me think very suspiciously, what is going on? So I decided to come back later when I knew all was in bed. Midnight rolled around, and I approached and snuck me way on to the Black Galleon. But as I looked around, there was no other crewman, none whatsoever. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, this ship is far too small to be captained by one man alone. What is going on here? But then I began to hear something. The sound of snoring coming from the captain's cabin. I made my way over into the cabin, and there was the captain, sleeping off his full day of guzzling alcohol. And by his feet at his bed was the biggest treasure chest I've ever seen. I managed to pick the lock of the treasure chest off and open it up. Gold, jewels, emeralds, anything that you could imagine. But then something else caught my attention. On the table was a small wooden box. As I approached the box looked like it had been carved by a madman. And of course, being any good pirate, with curiosity, I decided perhaps this is a hidden treasure as well. So I started picking off the lock of the small box when suddenly a voice cried out, "Don't open that box, you'll doom us all!" And I looked, and there was the captain, wide awake and white as a sheep. Suddenly, the hand slipped, and the box opened, and a huge crimson light rose out of the box. And suddenly, these little insect-like creatures began to make their way out of the box. And as I looked at the captain, suddenly appeared a glowing, slithering formation, as if it was like a snake, suddenly wrapped itself around the captain's neck and choked the life out of the captain. And with his last breath, he gasped, "You do not." Oh! And I watched in horror as the life drained from the captain's body. Suddenly the ship shook, and the ship spoke. "Captain David Forktongue, we now are your crew. You will be our captain. And together, we will amass more treasure than any other ship in these waters. You are now our captain. We serve you as we served our previous captain." I said, "Wait a minute. That man over there? You served him? Ha! You killed him!" Ha! The ship laughed. He was weak. He had a yellow streak stretching all the way from his back to the next port. But you, Captain Forktongue, had no yellow streak coming down your back. And as well as amassing treasure, we will leave the seas trailing with bloody and broken bodies. So there I was. There I was, a prisoner in the captain's position, aboard the Black Galleon. So I said, "Very well. Raise the anchor, unfurl the sail, let us set sail." And suddenly, the anchor rose itself out of the water. The sails unfurled, and then the ship's wheels started to turn, and we were afloat. Hours passed as I was prisoner aboard that vessel, and we came to open sea, and I gave the orders, "Drop anchor here." And we sent the anchor down into the ocean. And the ship once again spoke, "Captain David, we have done your bidding. Where is our prize?" And then I said, "Here it comes." I went and grabbed the small wooden box, and I smashed it aboard the deck of the ship, took one of the lanterns, smashed that aboard the deck of the ship, took another lantern, smashed it on top of the box. The whole box went up in flames. And the ship cried out, "Captain David, what are you doing?" Grabbing lantern and smashing them aboard the vessel. I smashed the lanterns and the ship caught fire. And I made my way to the captain's cabin, grabbed the treasure chest, dragged it out as heavily as I possibly could, and threw it, kicked one of the lifeboats in the ocean, threw the treasure down into the lifeboat, and jumped in after it. And I started to row and row and row, but as I looked back, there was the Black Galleon ripping itself to shreds. And then a voice cried out again, "Captain David Forktongue, you have betrayed us!" And the ship continued to rip itself apart, and it slowly made its way down to Davy Jones' locker. And then suddenly, a huge crimson light rose out of the water, and then we could hear an ear-piercing scream. And the light came down from the heavens and went down to the locker. I made my way back to my vessel, the King Serpent, resumed my captain's position. But let me tell you this, as a good pirate captain, I've always been known to keep one eye looking over my shoulder. And let me tell you, after my brief captaining aboard the good ship Black Galleon, in my life I kept an extra weather eye looking over my shoulder after what I went through on that vessel. Ladies and gentlemen, the story of the Black Galleon